Loganlea, a great deal of change in such a short space of time. In the mid-1950s, Loganlea was a quiet, peaceful township. It was devoid of many roads, harbouring just a handful of residents, and boasting only a train station, a stop on the way to somewhere else. Since this period, Loganlea has grown immensely. In the 1980s, it was noted in the Albert and Logan News as being part of Australia's fastest growing area. Though prosperous and healthy, the town and her residents were labelled as one of the low socio-economic groups of society. Regardless of their stature, it was due to their help that this area grew into prosperity. A focal means for these residents of the community to make a difference was through the Loganlea Progress Association. The Loganlea Progress Association was formed in 1955 by a group of local community members who shared similar ideas. Dissolved in 2002, the Progress Association was run purely by community members. The overall aim of the Progress Association, as mentioned in its name, was to promote progress in the region. In the association's constitution, its aims and goals are clearly outlined. These aims indicate that the foundation of which the association was made was purely community-based. This means that the social status and cultural backgrounds of Loganlea's residents was indicative of the cultural and social status of the Progress Association members of that time. Census data from the 1970s and 1980s points to a strong English ethnicity in the township. This can be seen through the existence of a huge majority of Anglo-Saxon heritage religions. It can be postulated that this was caused by a large influx of poor English immigrants in the 1960s. These immigrants were known as 10-pound pommies. They came to Australia in search of a new life, and those who were worse off went searching for new and cheaper homes. Such cheaper homes could be found outside the Brisbane City Council boundaries, especially in the Albert and Beaudesert Shires, which included Loganlea. The area itself was cheaper because development regulations were much more relaxed. It allowed developers to neglect such residential services, such as town water, sewage, and electricity. This map shows that the outskirts of the Brisbane City Council's boundaries, especially in the Kingston and Loganlea region, was heavily developed with private residential buildings. This heavy development coincided with the period of a large influx in English immigrants. The social status of the region and her citizens is also indicative of the social status of the members within the Progress Association. Census information from the 1970s shows that a high percentage of Loganlea's workforce was composed of low blue-collar workers. This included small produce farmers and labourers. This level of workforce, along with extremely low percentages of university graduates, helped place the region under the title of low socioeconomic. The lack of a TAFE in the area until 1988 also acted as a limitation to the socio-economic status of the region. Although the region and her members were stamped with such a harsh title, they still banded together for the progress of their area. The Progress Association and its members achieved many things during their existence. They were a very valuable asset to the community, contributing relentlessly to the progress of the region. The association fought for government services such as water, electricity, and sewage. It brought the council closer to the region, because in real fact, the council was 35 kilometres away, Mr. Packett, one of the co-founders of the association, explains. Past documents from the association indicate that the association was fundamental in the provision of reticulated water to the area. This fight for water became an important part of Loganlea's history. Most of the area during the mid-20th century had no reticulated water. A campaign committee specifically dedicated to the matter of water supply in Loganlea was therefore formed. This committee was known as the Water Campaign Committee for Loganlea and Ellerslie Roads. This committee worked in conjunction with the Progress Association, writing letters to local politicians, councillors, cabinet ministers, even to the Premier of Queensland and the Prime Minister of Australia. In 1983, a petition was signed and sent to a local Member of Parliament, Mr. K. Lingard. The petition bore over 3,000 signatures from residents throughout the community, supporting the committee's call for reticulated water. By 1985, the Loganlea community had been successful in obtaining reticulated water for most of the area, but still 3 populated streets remained dry: Ellerslie Road, Meakin Road, and Loganlea Road. The residents of these streets had fought for over 20 years to acquire residential water, and still nothing had been done. Eventually, around the mid-1990s, after a tireless struggle with councillors and other political figures, the remainder of Loganlea residents finally received their very own water supply. These government services benefited the region greatly. The services had not only helped in the development of the area, but it had also helped promote the settlement of the area. In the years since the establishment of the Progress Association, Loganlea's population has increased dramatically. The growth of business and residential?
As I say, we sort of started a Progress Association, but we you discovered along the way that it should have been an anti-Progress Association.
I see. Sorry, it kind of...
They come here because it's nice and quiet. You start cultivating, getting people to come here. The opposite of what you want.
Obviously, Mr. Packard felt that the Progress Association had been too effective in their goals and helped the area grow and develop so rapidly, in fact, that too many people had come and had ruined his peace and quiet. This rapid growth was aptly described in the Albert and Logan News. Touted in the newspaper's masthead during the 1980s was the line, "Circulating to Australia's fastest growing area." This area included Loganlea. Without a doubt, the farmers and blue-collar workers that formed the heart of the Loganlea Progress Association between 1955 and 2002 exceeded their goals in offering their services to the community, raising local population, obtaining government services, and shaping a better future for the area as a whole. The Loganlea Progress Association and her members were extremely valuable in the development and settlement of not just Loganlea, but the whole of Northern Logan, as it is known today.